In this video, we're going to talk about how to write the general solution when you have a three variable, three equation linear system. And let's dive in. So this first example, what you want to do, and you've probably learned how to do the basic process of using elimination. If not, check out one of my other videos on solving three variables, three equations. But for this general case, what we want to do is we want to pick one of the variables to eliminate. So for example, I might say to myself, if I add the first and second equations together, I can see that these z's are going to cancel out. Okay, so I'm going to pick z to eliminate. So let me just go ahead and do that. So negative 3x plus negative 1x is 2x. 2y plus negative 3y is negative 1y. Z plus negative z is 0. And 4 plus negative 8 is negative 4. Now you want to use all three equations, so I need to use this third equation, which I haven't used yet. I can combine it with the first or with the second. I think it's going to be easier to combine it with the second, because if I just add these together, the z's are going to cancel out. So let's go ahead and do that. Negative 1x plus negative 5x is negative 6x. Negative 3y plus 6y is positive 3y. Z plus negative z is 0, and 20 plus negative 8 is positive 12. So now you can see we're down to a two variable, two equation system, which you learned about earlier in math. So let's say, for example, I want to eliminate the x's. So what I would do is I would multiply this top equation by 3. If I distribute to the left and right sides, basically the whole equation I'm multiplying by 3 to keep it balanced. That's going to give me 6x minus 3y equals negative 12. I'm just going to bring this equation down here. Negative 6x plus 3y equals 12. And when I add together now, you can see that the x's are canceling, the y's are canceling, and these numbers are canceling. I'm getting 0 equals 0, which tells me that this is an infinite solution type case. Now if I got 0 equals 5, or something, where the variables cancel out, but what I'm left with does not equal, then that tells me that there's no solution. Okay, so these are special cases. But the question is okay, I know that it's an infinite solution now. How do I write the general solution? Okay, I go back to one of these two variable equations. And there's different ways to do this. Your teacher or your class might do it slightly differently, but let me show you one way. One way is you say, let me set one of the variables equal to, let's say, a. Okay, so I'm going to say, let y equal some value a. Okay, now if I put a in place of y, I have 2x minus a is equal to negative 4. Okay, I'm going to solve for x now in terms of a. So if I add a to this side, that's going to be a minus 4. I'm just adding a like this. And if I divide by 2, I get x equals 1/2 a minus 2. Just multiplying everything by a half to get x by itself. So now I have x, I have y. How do I solve for z? I'm going to go back to one of these original equations. You can use any one of the three there. I'm going to use the top one right here. So I've got 3x plus 2y plus z equals 4. Z equals, I'm going to subtract 3x, so negative 3x. I'm going to subtract 2y, negative 2y, plus 4. But what does x equal? That's 1/2 a minus 2. So let me put that in place of x. 1/2 a minus 2. Y is equal to a, so this is just going to be 2a. Okay, replacing y with a. And then if we simplify a little bit here, let's see, distribute, we get negative 3/2 a plus 6 minus 2a plus 4. And if we combine, let's see, negative 2 is like negative 4 over 2 plus negative 3 over 2. That's going to be negative 7 over 2a. 6 plus 4 is 10. Okay, so now we have z in terms of a. So we're going to write it as a triple, like x, y, z. So we have x, which is 1/2 a minus 2. Y is equal to a. And z is equal to negative 7/2 a plus 10. So what this represents, it's like a general solution depending on what a equals. Like if a equals 0, one of the points would be negative 2, 0, and 10. Or if a equals 1, you get another point. So essentially, you can have like these represent planes. These planes could all cross at like a line, and these are the points that are along that line of intersection where the three planes cross. Now, sometimes when you're solving these problems, you might say, well, instead of eliminating z first, maybe I'm going to eliminate x first. And so then what you're going to do is you're going to get down to two equations with y and z, And then maybe you're going to set z equal to a and solve for y in terms of a and then x in terms of a. And so your general solution may look a little bit different than what I have here, but it's still representing those same set of points along that common line of intersection. So let me erase the whiteboard, we'll do another example. Okay, if you want to try one of these problems on your own and we'll go through it together, go ahead and take a snapshot of this system here and go ahead and try and solve it. So now, if I was going to solve this system, again, you can pick one of the variables to eliminate. The mistake that a lot of times students make is they forget to stick with that particular variable that they're eliminating. And you want to use all three equations. So for example, in this one, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to eliminate the y's. Okay, so I'm going to take maybe the second and third equation because I can see if I add these together, the negative y and the positive y are just going to undo one another or cancel. So 3x plus 4x gives us 7x, negative y plus 1y is 0, 2z plus 1z is 3z, and 5 plus 9 is 14. Now, since I didn't use that first equation, I have to use that first equation and I have to stick with that variable that I chose to eliminate, which is y. And I'm going to combine the first and the second. I could do the first and the third, but I'm going to do the first and the second. Now, in order to cancel out this y here, I need this to be a negative 2y plus the positive 2y that'll cancel. So I'm going to multiply this whole equation by 2. Okay, left and right sides to keep it balanced. So if I do that, that's going to give us 6x minus 2y plus 4z is equal to 10. I'm going to bring this equation down here just to line everything up for us. Try to avoid making simple mistakes. The y's cancel. 6x plus 1x is 7x. 4z minus 1z is 3z. And 10 plus 4 is 14. So now you can see we're down to these two equations with two variables. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract these two equations. I'm going to multiply this by negative 1. I'm going to get negative 7x minus 3z is equal to negative 14. When I add these together, you can see I'm getting 0 equals 0, which tells us that there's an infinite solution. Again, if it comes out to like 0 equals 3, then we know there's no solution, and we could just stop there. But to write this as a general solution, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set one of the variables equal to a using one of these two variable equations. Okay, so let's just say, for example, if I use this one, I'm going to say let z equal a. Okay, so if I put a in here, I get 7x plus 3a equals 14. Subtract 3a from both sides. Divide by 7. Okay, so there we have x in terms of a, we've got z in terms of a, now we need to get y in terms of a. I'm going to go back to one of the original equations. You can use any one of these three. This one looks like it might be the easiest since there's just one y here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this. I'm going to say 4x plus y plus z equals 9. I'm going to get this y by itself by subtracting the 4x from both sides, subtracting the z from both sides, and now x we know is equal to this, so let's put that in its place. Z we know is equal to a, so let's put a in its place. And then let's do a little bit of simplifying here. So if I distribute, we get 12 sevenths a minus 8 minus a plus 9. Combine like terms, let's see, this is like negative 1 over 1, which is like negative 7 over 7. Plus 12 over 7 is 5 over 7. A negative 8 plus 9 is 1. Now we've got x, y, and z in terms of a. Let's write our general solution. So we have x is equal to negative 3 sevenths a plus 2. Y is equal to 5 sevenths a plus 1. And z we said was equal to just a. And so there we have it. We have our general solution in terms of a. And again, if a is 0, that would be 1 point on the common intersection. If a was 1 or a was 2, a was 3, etc. Now you might look at your solution and say, Mario, mine's completely different. And that might be because you end up eliminating a different variable starting off like that. And you maybe got everything in terms of, in terms of y or in terms of x or in terms of z. So great job if you're able to follow this. Put your comments in the comment section below. And if you want more examples, you want to get some more practice, I'll put a video right there where you can do some more problems, pause the video and do them on your own, and we'll go through them together. So follow me over to that video. We'll get some more practice.